Let's perform forward selection and backward elimination on our salary data. 5 survey, there we go. We'll import that. Change to cell survey. And under tasks and utilities, we'll go to linear regression. Open up the cell survey. Whoops, I forgot to run it. Run. Does that ever happen to you guys? Happens to me all the time. Open up the cell survey data. Same as we had last week, so we'll set up our model initially just like we had last week. Salary is our dependent variable, major and gender, our classification variables, usefulness, GPA, and years are our continuous variables. Let's make sure we enter all of those into our model. Doink, 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 doink. Add, and hit OK. Alrighty, so now we are ready to do this model selection. So let's first choose forward selection. We'll keep everything else default, and we'll run this and see what happens. We've used the Schwartz-Bayes information criteria as our method for determining what's a good model. And that's confirmed here. Forward selection with the Schwartz-Bayes criterion as our selection and stopping variables. Okie doke. So what have we got? Forward selection summary. We ended up with 2 variables in our model. All of our models start with our intercept in them. Then we added years and major, and our model stopped. It had a look at the next 3 variables. It thought GPA was the next best variable, but it made the Schwartz-Bayes criterion worse when it added in that variable, and so it stopped and said this is the best model according to the Schwartz-Bayes criterion. We've got 2 variables, years of experience and major. Okay, let's see what happens if we do the backward elimination model instead. Remember, backward elimination is going to start with all variables in the model and then take them out one by one as it decides that each variable is not useful. Okay, so here's our summary. When we started with all of our variables in the model, we took out usefulness, and then our model stopped, our selection method stopped. And it said, well, the next one I would take out is gender, but that would actually make the Schwartz-Bayes criterion worse if we remove gender. So we're going to stop with this 4-variable model with just usefulness having been removed. Be careful as you're interpreting these. I've seen a lot of students read this backward selection summary and say, oh, the only variable I've got in my model is usefulness. Make sure that that doesn't happen to you. Usefulness is the only one that's been removed. All the other 4 are in the model. You can see that confirmation down here as we're having a look at the model that's been selected. We've got GPA, years, major, and gender included.